My kid's giggling at me.
Go. You got the family standing by?
My kid is. Go away, son. I hate you.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? For First We Feast, I'm Sean Evans, and you're watching Hot Ones. It's the show with hot questions and even hotter wings. And today we're joined by Jeffrey Dean Morgan. He's played unforgettable roles in TV and film, perhaps most notably as Negan on The Walking Dead. Big character reveal April 4th. He also has a new film as well. It's called The Unholy, a horror movie set to release on April 2nd. Jeffrey Dean Morgan, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Sean. Pleasure to be here, my friend.
How are you feeling going into this? Like, are you a guy who enjoys spicy food?
I feel pretty good. I felt really good before today came. You know what I mean? Like watching your show, I've always felt like I could do it. And now that I'm looking at these wings in front of me, I suddenly am, I feel like I might throw up a little bit. The classic. I'm ready.
Feel you.
All right. I like starting with that one. That was nice. That's a good, getting into the kiddie side of the pool. I like it.
So your survival skills really transcend your acting work, as evidenced by you and your family living on this 100-plus acre farm in upstate New York, where you take care of an array of animals that include Highland cows, alpacas, and emus. Over the past year, there's been a massive migration of New Yorkers to the Hudson River Valley. What's the easiest way to spot a city slicker who maybe bought a pandemic farmstead but didn't really think it through?
Yeah, they drive a Subaru. I don't know why. I think they're like four-wheel drive. The family will go nice in it, but they drive a Subaru. So I see a Subaru and I am immediately like flipping them off.
In the ongoing battle to keep your livestock safe, what has been the animal adversary for you that's been most formidable? Because between the coyotes, the crows, the bobcats, it sounds like you really have your hands full.
It's a bobcat. Story when we first got the farm, my alpaca were getting attacked by a bobcat. And it was the middle of a horrible winter when we had like 6 feet of snow. And I built an igloo on top of the barn using hay bales and slept out there all night with a rifle, trying to get this bobcat. And I didn't, by the way. The bobcat won, and it's still out there. I see his tracks. We can follow his tracks during the snow. So his days are numbered. Someday.
Which is the more ideal day in Rhinebeck? Is it the Sinterklaas parade in the winter or spending a day at the old Rhinebeck Aerodrome in the summer?
Those are both pretty great. I'm going to have to go with the Sinterklaas parade because it only happens once a year. You can visit there a couple times. But Sinterklaas has a very special place in our family's heart for sure. And when we first got to Rhinebeck, and that wasn't that long ago, it was like 10 years ago, maybe 300 to 500 people. And I think last year they had 37,000 people. I would love to have you come one time. Because, we've been in the parade a couple times too, so I can pull some strings for you. And we got the candy store, so I'll hook you up with some hot chocolate, buddy.
Get me on the float, get me that peppermint bark. I am right there.
Good. I was wondering where you came up with the Rhinebeck. I mean, I know you're good and you do your research, but that's pretty good. You got an Ed that lives in Rhinebeck. That's pretty fucking great. Oh, yeah, okay.
So for many people watching today, you're known as the bat-wielding, cold-blooded killer Negan from The Walking Dead, a character that was once described by executive producer David Alpert as one of the greatest villains ever created for TV. Not to destroy the show's mystique or anything, but can you give us a Hollywood special effects trade secret when it comes to the art of a zombie massacre?
A trade secret. Well, we have the best in the world with special effects makeup with Greg Nicotero. Not only does he come up with the zombie innovations, and every week there's a zombie that is specialized and it's unbelievable. We've never seen it before. You'd be amazed how little we actually touch the zombies when we're killing them. I'll give you a little secret. I went out of the camera frame today with the crowbar after it looked like I whacked the zombie and dipped the end of the crowbar into a bucket of pig guts, come up with it, and it looks like I had just wiped out the zombie, you know?
That's what I'm talking
all
about.
sorts of little things like that. But really, I think the big secret we have is Greg Nicotero. He is a genius when it comes to that. All right, let's do it. This one looks delicious. Yeah. Oh, this one I'm starting to feel a little bit of, I'm going to sneak up on you.
It's a little bit of a step up from those first two for sure.
All the same, not bad.
So I have to applaud you for being able to parlay your lifelong obsession with graphic novels into a formidable acting resume that includes not only The Walking Dead, but also The Losers, Supernatural, as well as playing Thomas Wayne. I know that you have a background in graphic design. Is there a comic that stands out to you from a purely just artistic appeal perspective?
And this is probably going to be an obvious answer for people that know me, but probably Watchmen, for a lot of reasons. But I think Alan Moore, who wrote that, Dave Gibbons, who drew Watchmen, I think the two of them together was unlike anything else. I think that book really kind of pulled you in. When Watchmen got in my hands, that to me was sort of the life changer.
What do you find interesting about dark superheroes? Because between your character, the comedian, and Watchmen, your love for the show The Boys, it does seem like you're drawn to these characters that have a capacity for evil.
I heard my wife say this the other day. I don't even know who she was talking to. She wasn't even talking to me. And she wasn't talking about anything that I've ever done. But she said something to the effect that a villain doesn't know he's a villain. Even though there are some like very nihilistic qualities to someone like the comedian and Negan as well. What would happen to a normal man who was thrown into an extraordinary circumstance? They are the heroes of their story. I think that a good villain has no idea that he's a villain. Although he may, the only hiccup in that is they may enjoy doing the bad stuff a little bit more than they ought to. Hellfire, Devil's Blend. I mean, there's a couple things in there that would give a fella pause. Oh, I got a question. Not that you have to, it's not my job to ask questions, I guess, but what the hell did Gordon Ramsay have on his show? He had like a grocery store underneath that thing.
Yeah, so we shot that in West Hollywood. I think that he must have stopped by Vons on the way there and then just packed it up because he had Pepto-Bismol, lemon and lime juice, busting out the donut, and there was more in that bag that will forever remain a mystery.
I have never seen anything like it. I mean, it seems to me there has to be and we'll see how I do here, but there's got to be a sense of honor to this, right? Even if
no performance enhancers.
It's got to be like, there's got to be something. And I know I'm going to be in tears because I can already start to feel, now my lips are I'm starting to feel my lips a little bit on my face. But there's got to be, I'm going to try to do it with honor. I want you to know that, God damn it, I'm going to try to do it with honor. There's an episode recently where someone asked you, I don't remember who, but it was Will Ferrell, and he was like, "How are you doing this?" And you likened yourself to a Sherpa or something. It was a great analogy that I loved. And you were like, "Look, if you were with the real Sherpa climbing up Everest and they panicked, that wouldn't help you very much, now would it?" And so you're there to. Are you eating 5? Did you just dig into 5?
Yeah. I did work ahead. I think, you know what? I think you mesmerized me with flattering words. I lost where I was. That's the one. That's the one.
All right. I'm going in. I don't want to get totally behind. We're going to have so much fun at Center Clause. The bad thing about that one was that I bit my tongue when I was telling the joke hard. And I'm feeling hot sauce in my tongue where I bit it.
Uh-oh. We got an open wound.
Yeah, open wound.
All right, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, we have a recurring segment on our show called Explain That Gram, where we do a deep dive on our guest's Instagram, pull interesting pictures that need more context. And with you, we have a theme. It's all with your buddy, Norman Reedus. So I'll show you the picture. You just tell us the bigger story. Where did your love affair with the motorcycle begin? And do you guys have a most memorable road trip together?
Spain was maybe the greatest trip we've ever had. once a year, we like to try to hit the road and do like a real trip, but it's hard with our work schedules. So like in Nashville, like in New Orleans, Florida, something like that, a good 2-3 dayer that we can kind of get our feet up and go. But I've been riding bikes since I was a kid, and Norman as well. Funny enough, Norman and I have known each other for 30 years. We had the same acting manager 30 years ago, no joke. And then I kind of lost touch with him. And so when I got on the show, it was sort of like, oh, it's so good to see you. And I knew that he rode, he knows that I ride, and it was just immediate. And then we've been kind of just inseparable since, and we can just go for miles and have the best conversation without ever opening our mouths.
Stonehenge, overrated or underrated? We've heard mixed reviews on this show.
I'm gonna go with overrated. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you why it's overrated. Because there's like a major highway that passes right next to it. Like, not like a mile or a half mile. It's like you could throw a rock at it. So it's not that zen kind of space that you want it to be. It is very special though. It's pretty amazing. That one's hot on the lips. All right, I'm in. But I'm feeling, I suppose it's good that I can still feel my lips. So I when they're numb is maybe when I should be fearful. Oh, Tears of the Sun. That's very hopeful. I'm sensing a single crybaby Johnny Depp tear right now from the sun.
How do you find out that your character is dying? Like, do you literally read it in the script and then have to grapple with both the story-driven emotions of all that as well as your own employment, or do they give you a heads up?
Yeah, oh yeah, because I died a lot. No, you're right. And that was like a running joke with my father. It still is. He's like, you died, 127 times. He knows. When you used to audition, you generally knew your character was going to die. There was probably a dying scene that you had to do in a room without an actor, with a casting director that wasn't going to give you anything. And I was probably just dying my ass off a million times. Whether it's taking gunshots or whatever, I would do anything to get the job. And they would put you through your paces back then too, man. Mortifying shit. Grey's Anatomy, I knew was something special. That's the one time that I saw my death coming and was trying everything I could do to get out of that death. That character, Denny, in that love story with Izzy kind of took the world by storm. I knew how fucking lucky I was to be there. And I was like, please don't kill me. I will do.
Shonda, please don't kill me.
Please. And I did. I did. I begged her. And that's what changed my life. That's being Denny, where I never got out of bed, is why Zack Snyder hired me to be the comedian. So that's how special that was. I could tell that was a bad bite right off the bat. It felt like a lot of liquid. I just think I got a big puddle of sauce and it went right to the cut of my tongue.
I'm already worried about the next one.
That's the bomb, man.
Oh, I know.
Oh shit. Yeah, this just changed for me.
Yeah.
This has been great. Like, I'm thinking Santa Claus and Comic-Con, and now you're not invited maybe.
What's the story behind getting matching tattoos with your supernatural co-stars, Jared Padalecki and Jensen Ackles? Because it's not often that you'll see co-stars sort of immortalize their time together that permanently.
We did that. Hold on, my mouth is burning up. We did that at my wedding. I'm gonna have to have my first sip of water. I was trying to fucking so good. Yeah, that, whatever that was, one. Okay, so we got married, my wife and I. We had a tattoo artist come to our wedding. And that show, I think, lasted 1,000,000 years, and we just had a very special relationship, the three of us. It was just one of those things. So we got a very small little crown on our wrist. What body part is that? My mind is starting to melt. I'm trying to hold it together here, though.
You once described your 2003 role as a Xindi reptilian in Star Trek Enterprise as a, quote, job that made you want to quit acting. Can you expand on that?
On the nose. It's on the nose. That quote is on the nose. That feeling was on the nose. That job was on the nose, in a bad way. It turns out that I'm claustrophobic. I had a really hard time doing the makeup process, and I had straws in my nose. And I've never been on a set where I went home at night and just thought, what am I doing? I've made the worst fucking decision of my life. I don't ever want to be an actor again. Like, I was sure that this was just wrong, and it almost made me quit. It was horrible. Okay, I don't know why I'm so okay. I'm trying to not let it touch me. Oh, I already tell. Yeah, that doesn't even taste like a fucking sauce. That's not like, let's make something delicious.
Careful around the eyes.
I was going forearm, eyes. Wow. See, why do people eat that? That's my question.
So, I think maybe for some people it's like a macho thing. For us, it's just for this kind of moment.
That's not enjoyable. Holy shit. Oh my God.
So you've amassed a small fleet of motorcycles and covered pavement in every state, including some countries. And I know that you have a Mustang nicknamed Lucille that even has the Walking Dead bat on the trunk. Of all the toys in your garage, which one has your favorite custom finish?
Oh my God. Probably Lucille. Probably. Oh my God, I can't feel my face. Yeah, it's oh my God, that hurts so bad. I went crazy. I thought I was good. And my son, I'm flipping him off. He's taking pictures of me. I mean, 66 was the year I was born, for one. I found this Mustang. I wanted to redo it. And I did. It's about, oh my God, it's so hot. The car's hot and my face. It's about 700 horsepower on a very light car. Oh my God, dude. Sean, I lost it. I'm trying to focus.
You know what? We're still connected. We're still connected. I'm right along with you. I'm right along with you.
Okay. Woo!
I know with your first big paycheck from acting that you bought a Harley Davidson. What separates Harley Davidson guys from like sport bike guys?
Well, I'm gonna say balls, manhood. You're a real man with a Harley, and you're just fucking joking if you're not. There is something about a Harley Davidson that no bike can compare to. My first bike was a night rod, a blacked out night rod special. It looks like the Batman motorcycle. And when I could buy a new Harley Davidson, for me, that was the day that I was a success to me. You know what I mean? It wasn't buying a house. It wasn't anything. It was buying a motorcycle. And I love riding them. There's nothing I've found that is comparable to a Harley Davidson on an open road. The bomb, that's gonna go somewhere special. And so this has the one-eyed scorpion. I like it. All right, man. You see how red this is? You see the tint of that compared to number one?
I know it all too well.
I want to say this doesn't taste like the poison that the bomb did right off the bat.
Still tough. Still tough.
Why did I say anything?
We've talked to a bunch of Hot Ones guests in the past about what it was like to grow up in New York during hip-hop's heyday, but I don't know if I've ever talked to anybody who was in the Pacific Northwest, boots on the ground for the explosion of grunge rock in the 90s. How do you remember the Seattle scene taking shape at that time?
Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm at my face. I'm trying so hard to just keep it together here. So, none of us knew, obviously, that time in Seattle was going to be the birth of a movement. I mean, I don't even know what you call grunge rock. It changed the face of music. I think that the guys that were making that music, Nirvana, Soundgarden, were just real artists. And it is now something that we will tell our kids about, because that was a special time and it was true art. And if it hadn't been for that, and it hadn't been for the people that I was hanging out with, there's no way I would have got into acting. I would have never had the balls to go into the business that I got into. I wasn't good enough to be in their band. So, look, I'll do record covers or whatever, posters for the rock shows. And then it was like, well, poetry, and then that became fucking acting. But it was all pulled from the creative nucleus that was that Seattle music scene. And that's how certainly my career was kind of birthed.
All right.
Oh, shit. I'm going to shake it up.
Gotta shake it up.
I'm going to shake it up.
He knows the shake.
Might have got cocky with that last dab. All right. Cheers, my brother.
Cheers.
No. Yeah. I think I did a little too much on the dab.
Well, the good news is, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, that we've reached the final stop aboard the Scoville Express. Along the way, we've talked about your many highlights in acting. We've talked about Mischief Farm. We've talked about how we're gonna hang out at Sinterklaas this winter. But before you go, I wanna take a little wink at your new film, The Unholy, with a little bit of a hot sauce tie-in. Over the course of this 10-wing gauntlet, we've experienced everything from heavenly flavors to ungodly spice levels, but through some divine miracle, somehow, some way, we've made it to the end. Which sauce in this lineup would you describe as the most evil?
Oh, not even a fucking question. It's exactly the one that I knew was going to be going in. It's not even close. This has a taste immediately when it hits your mouth that it says, I am poison and will take you down.
Which hot sauce label would you describe as the most depraved?
One-eyed scorpion. My lips. Fucked up.
On a lighter note, is there a sauce that you would call angelic?
This one, it had kind of the most flavors, and for me, it had like a hint of lime, and my lips are on fire.
An angel in a bottle, and look at you, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, taking on the wings of death and living to tell the tale. And now, my friend, there's nothing left to do but roll out the red carpet for you. This camera, that camera, probably just the one you're looking at. Let the people know what you have going on in your life.
We got Here's Negan on Sunday, the Easter Sunday, whatever that is. Sunday the 4th, is that right? And then that same weekend on Good Friday is Unholy, the movie, which doesn't even compare to The Bomb and The Last Dab as far as fear.
Great job, great job.
There was a minute there, I was like, I'm going to have to duck out just for a second to go throw up. And
I've seen that before. I've seen that before.
Oh, dude, I had so much fun. It was great. Thank you so much for having me. Woo!
Hot Ones, Truth or Dab the Game. The kit comes complete with 250 question cards, and then here's how the game works. You just go around the table, you take turns being the host, being the players, and when you're a player and you get asked a question, you have a choice. Just like in the show. Answer it honestly or suffer the wrath of the last dab. And take a look at this. There's even a mini bottle of the last dab included. I suggest you have napkins on hand. You have to have some milk on hand. And of course, be careful. Be very careful around the eyes. Hot Ones, Truth or Dab, the play-at-home game is available at shop.firstwefeast.com, heatness.com, and Amazon. Play at your own risk. Wings not included.